coaches, officials, and spectators to be role models for sportsmanship and fair play on the field and in our community. We're excited to have our student athletes learning life lessons through educational athletics. Please do your part to create a positive environment for everyone to enjoy tonight's contest. Before we begin our game, I want to draw your attention to the officials for tonight's game. We are thankful to have a great crew with us. Please help us welcome Brian Donovan, Mark Bradburn, Daryl Dillard, Jeff Green, and Zachary Fett with Sparta High School. The opportunity for this game is only made possible. Please give our officials a round of applause. Sparta Athletics would like to thank our sports boosters for their continued support and service they provide in our concession stand. Please visit them tonight by the south entrance. Your person will correctly support our student athletes. Also, the concession stand is the spirit store where you can get all of your Sparta gear just in time for Christmas. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise and remove all hats. We invite veterans in or out of uniform to salute the flag as the Sparta High School Marching Band honors America with the playing of our national anthem.
Gentlemen, welcome to Spartan Stadium. Tonight, a Week 9 MHSA football game between the Kellogg'sville Rockets and the Sparta Spartans. I am Joe Davis, here with the unrelated Doug Davis to bring you all the action here at Spartan Stadium. The Spartans come into this game at 5-3. They've had a very good season. Lost the first two against Coopersville and Muskegon Oak Ridge, as we're about to get set for the coin flip. But there's a lot of things at stake here tonight, as the Spartans are going to go in and with a couple of big goals for tonight. Doug, why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, did a little research on this before coming in here tonight, and as you mentioned before, the losses earlier this year were to some really good teams. So Yeah, this is big game for some people. Me, I just found this out too as well, that the 6-3 doesn't automatically get you in this year. So, so winning this game, winning it handily would be nice, and then I think they're going to need a little bit of help outside of this game as well.
Yep, I think the big game that Sparta is worried about tonight is East Grand Rapids and Greenville. We'll try to do our best to keep our minds on that game, especially also the Belding-Hopkins game, which does have conference championship implications.
Absolutely. Sparta doing a great job when they went played Hopkins and handled them pretty well. And then even the Belding game, that was a back and forth game for a long time. Obviously Belding coming up on top with that. And yeah, we'll be looking at our score stream here to kind of see what's happening around the league and other games that have implications in this game.
Short kick is taken by number 22 for the Spartans. That's Colin Hacker. And the Spartans will begin 1st and 10 on their own 45. So the Spartans get good field position to start. Kellogg'sville looked like kind of an onside kick over there, and
interesting call there for the opening kickoff. Maybe a little worried about the return men here for Sparta, or maybe just not having a kicker that can really kick too deep. So
I find a lot of times when you do that, you really don't believe that you can win this game, so you're just trying to get extra possessions wherever you can get it.
Gordon takes a snap here. Nice run outside. Looks like a gain of about 6, maybe 7 yards there. Well, you couldn't ask for a better night for football, that's for sure. Sun setting here behind us.
It's a lot better weather than we've had for the last week. Constantly raining, cold. We've gotten a break tonight. Wilcox on the run here, and he looks like he's got a first down up to about the 44.
So right away here, Sparta putting the ball on the ground here, establishing the run game first. Inside handoff here. Got a lot of room to run. That's going to be a touchdown right there. They won't catch him there. Wow, I think any of us up here could have ran through that hole. That was nice job there by the O-line.
Absolutely. And 3 plays right away to Travis Wilcox, or Trevor Wilcox rather. And 55 yards on that drive and into the end zone. Gabe Gare is going to try for the point after out of the hold of Jamari Everett.
Looked like Gabe was struggling either to find a tee or something. Got out there a little late, but snap coming. Good hold. Kicks up. Give Sparta 7. So Sparta gets first blood here very, very quickly in the first quarter. Looks like the ground game is going to be very, very nice to them this evening.
Kellogg'sville has given up a lot of points this year. They come in at 1-7. Their only win of the season was in week 5 against Calvin Christian. That was a 42-20 game. But the other than that, they've had a rough go of it, especially on offense. They've only scored 99 points the entire season.
Just kind of glancing at the numbers across the field here, looks like they've got probably about maybe 20 to 22 players, which makes it difficult as well. But a lot of credit to this team. Still battling, still trying to win games. Little mix up here on the. They're gonna. That might be it. Oh, they're gonna call it. That ball must have got into the end zone.
That's an automatic touchback, whether it's touched or untouched.
At first, the way the couple of the return men there, I'm not sure if they. I believe it touched the white line, so obviously that was a touchback. But
on the first down
oh,
call. It only took you 10 years, but we got you now.
Kellogg starting off here at their own 20.
Zachary Zerfus is the quarterback.
Quarterback
we
option.
Saw him last year.
That's
There's
a fumble. Sparta's going to Sparta does recover.
Ball on the play, and it's recovered by the Spartans. Number 7, Branson Mitchell with the recovery. The Spartans will take over. First and 10 on the Kellogg'sville 15-yard line.
Well, that is an inauspicious start for the Rockets. As I was beginning to talk about, Zachary Zerfus, we saw him last year at Kellogg'sville. He's a very good quarterback. The problem that the Rockets had last year when Sparta played them, it was a 56-20 Sparta win. The problem that the Rockets had is they couldn't block anybody. So I think what Kellogg'sville is going to try to do is try to get outside a lot and try to get around the Sparta blockers. We have a flag here.
Looks like we might have some early movement here by Sparta. Oh. I will take that back.
Yeah, the nose tackle for Kellogg'sville was definitely on top of the center.
So you might be able to see Nick Gordon's socks there. It's pink out night here at Sparta Stadium. Gordon back to pass. Got some time in the far back end zone, and he's got him. Nice job there by Nick Gordon. Avoiding the sack there, was able to find Gunnar Busen in the corner of the end zone. Gunnar was just standing there in the corner, and Nick was able to pick him up real quick. And nice throw there by Nick.
Yeah, he got lost back there. It just kind of stood in the back of the end zone, completely unsuspected by the defense. And Spartans are off and rolling.
So it's still 10:47 to go here in quarter number one. Sparta controlling this game at 14-0.
Try to take a quick look here at other scores. Although I doubt anybody has 14 points at this point.
I would.
Oak Ridge has 8. They have an 8-0 lead on Montague.
Of course, some games with no implication, but some fun games that we've got on the docket tonight would be the Rockford-Caledonia game. Both teams undefeated, playing in Caledonia.
Number 58 Gator kicked off for the Spartans.
Nice kick by Gabe.
That ball goes over the head of the returner and right through the end zone.
Ball goes through the end zone and touchback for the Rockets. They start on the 20.
So you look at Kellogg'sville right now, and they are walking onto the field. They seem to be in complete disbelief as to how this game has already started. They're down 14-0 right now, and they've only run one play.
And you got to believe, as you mentioned earlier, the scores that they've had so far this year, this is nothing really new to them. But again, you like to see them battling and still coming out here each play. Sparta gang tackling there, only gain of about maybe 1.
Yeah, I think if Kellogg'sville is going to do anything today, they're not going to do it up the middle. See, they try to get outside here with number 2, Brendan Toonstra. The Spartans are there. Good job by Jacob Serba getting in there on that tackle. If you look up at the lights, we kind of see a little bit. It looks like it's raining, but I think it's more of a fog. It's kind of an eerie.
In the background, the nice changing of the colors of the leaves here. Again, beautiful night for Friday Night Light football here. Oh, he had him open. Drop pass there.
Yeah, that ball needs to be caught.
Pass is incomplete. Intended for number 20, Demetrius Rainey Brown. It'll be 4th down and 10.
Demetrius Rainey Brown over the middle could not hold on to that ball, and it looks like Kellogg'sville is in punt formation. That punter,
not very deep.
He's not very deep at all. He's only 8 yards, 7 yards off the ball.
He might be running a play here.
High snap.
Oh, he gets it off. Oh, touches Sparta's hands. It looks like Kellogg'sville recovered the fumble there. Touch ball. It's going to be Kellogg'sville's ball.
Off the hands of the return man and recovered by the Rockets. Right on the 50-yard line. It'll be first there. Kellogg'sville has a 1st and 10.
Yeah, Sparta gave them a big break, gave them some momentum when they really needed it right there. Let's see if Kellogg'sville is able to do anything with it.
Kellogg'sville just needs a little bit of a break. Maybe that's a break that will allow them to kind of get something going here for them. That drop pass, that I thought that might have been a break for them, but the fumble recovery here, midfield. Oh, they're going to bump it outside. It's a nice run there.
Number 2, Brandon Toonstra on the carry, gets to the outside. And it gets inside the 40 to the 39, 11-yard gain, 1st and 10 for Kellogg'sville.
Yeah, first down for Kellogg'sville. It was 11 yards. Another play right there that gives them a little bit momentum.
So again, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It seems like at this point this is a must-score possession for Kellogg'sville.
If anything, a confidence booster for them. It's Toonstra again.
Toonstra on the ball carrier runs into number 13, Jeremiah Rosemont. He's going to give him a for a yard to the 38. It's the 2nd and 9.
But looking at the playoff points this afternoon, noticing that if the playoffs were to happen prior to this game, Sparta's at that 33rd slot out of 32 teams. So the way it looks right now, I don't want to be overconfident, but with a win here, Sparta's going to grab some more playoff points. So yeah, it's just going to be interesting to see what happens to the other teams that are in those spots.
Oh, we got a fumble, and the Spartans have it.
The play is recovered by the Spartans to the 25. King Antor.
Boy, that's rough right there. Right when you start to move the ball, you get a break with the fumble on the kickoff.
Nice little run there, and then they lose the ball. So 2 turnovers here quickly in the first quarter for Kellogg'sville.
You see Sparta coming out. They have one receiver to the left. Eisenhoff is in the backfield. He has not touched the football yet. The 2 wingbacks, especially Wilcox, have gotten most of the action.
Good counter play there.
That is
That'll be a first
Whitmore gets a first down to Kellogg'sville territory.
Number 3, Henry Whitmore in Kellogg'sville territory down to the 46. He can change that play. Good enough for a Spartan. First down.
So right now in that 32nd spot in the playoffs is Gaylord with 43 points. So we'll be trying to take a look at what they do tonight as well.
I do know Gaylord lost to Gladstone last week.
Right.
That's my nephew is up there.
Oh, Nick's got him wide
he
open.
might be listening right now.
He might be able to maybe give you a little text and tell us what's going on.
Is there a fumble at the end of that? I thought I saw the ball pop out. No, evidently not.
No. Another wide open receiver. Nick doing a great job standing in the pocket, hitting his target, right numbers.
20 down to the 18. That play good enough for a Spartan. First down.
Spartans doing whatever they want, whenever they want to do it. We're barely past the 4-minute mark here in the first quarter, and they're almost getting their third touchdown of the night. Is that time it was Whitmore on the same play. He's close to first down yardage. You got about 9 there.
Give it to number 3, Whitmore. Inside the 10 to the 9 to gain 5 yards. Second and 1.
And I think we got a
timeout.
Timeout to Kellogg'sville.
Timeout Kellogg'sville. That is their first charge timeout.
So looking up some scores here again. Kent City has taken an 8-0 lead on Grant. No score from Greenville and East Grand Rapids yet. And just got a text from my brother. Gladstone has taken a 2-0 lead on Escanaba.
Well, 2-run homer, right?
That I was told all about that from my brother, that that Gladstone Escanaba game is basically Michigan, Ohio State up there to them. So Spartans come back out in their double wing, as they're so prone to doing. It's been wing backs all night. Here comes Wilcox in motion, but they give it to Eisenhoff, his first carry of the night, but a flag. See what the call is. Dead ball offsides against Kellogg'sville. That's not going to help them at all.
No. Once again, shooting themselves in the foot.
Offsides against Kellogg'sville. The walk-off takes the ball inside the 4. Up the spotter right at the 5. That play good enough for the Spartans. First and goal.
First and goal from the 5. My guess here is Sparta will simply just try to run the ball in, punch it in. A lot of success on it, up the middle. There's a gang of Kellogg'sville players there. Nice job by Kellogg'sville.
They did a good job right there, bottling up that hole. Brought down by a squadron of Rockets at the line of scrimmage to make second and goal. Spartans not really doing anything different. No trick plays here.
Nice sweep there. Looks like you might have the corner there.
Whitmore.
Number
3, Henry Whitmore to the right side. And he works into the end zone. Touchdown, Spartans. Well, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but it looks like we might have a running clock after halftime.
I was going to say it. I'm glad you did, because I didn't want to jinx it either. I tend to do that sometimes. So, but the nice thing that you do like to see with this, Joe, is that, Here it is, your last. Well, let's hope it's not our last game of the year. Getting some players in the game that don't get in the game very often. That's something you like to see when you start having these one-sided games.
Certainly, and there's some JV players down there with the new fifth quarter rule.
Oh, good.
That you'll probably get to see the next season of Sparta football in front of you tonight. So Kellogg'sville is going back, getting their kickoff return on the field. Number 2, Toonstra, and number 4, Marquise McKinney are back deep.
Little struggles by the return men so far in this game. Haven't really had a chance to gather a kickoff, so we'll see what happens on this particular kickoff. A shorter kick, looks like back to be returned. Up, that gets dropped as well, but he picks it up with a bounce.
Roseman's there, gets around him and runs into his own man. That's not going to help.
Number 2, Toonstra on the return.
Ironic that the kickoff that they actually tried to return ends up being their worst field position of the night so far.
Hey, just looking at score stream here, it looks like Belding has taken a early lead here, 6-0 over the Vikings of Hopkins.
Still plenty of football to be played.
A lot of football.
Not time to get worried yet. Boy, that's a good run there. Toonstra would not go down easily and ends up getting about 3 yards out of it.
Tough 3-yard run right there.
3-yard run by number 2, Toonstra. The 13, Rosemont on the stop. Going to get him credit for 4 yards at the 19 will be second and 8.
Agree with what you said earlier, Joe. I believe Kellogg'sville's going to have to get the ball outside a little bit. They do have a few, looks like a few backs. Their quarterback as well that's fairly fast, but up the middle right now is getting stuffed by Sparta.
Well, one thing I'm noticing from Kellogg'sville is they're not running a lot of motion. As I say that, they're running a jet sweep.
And there we go outside, but we've got great pursuit here by Sparta. Cutting back the other way. He's got some blockers on the outside, going far sideline, and he's going to be right at the marker, I believe, for a first down.
Serba knocked him out.
Looks like he'll be short. Yeah, your defensive coach has got to be kind of screaming at that. They had him pinned back, probably about a 5-6 yard loss, and he was able to cut back to the other side, get some blocking from his offensive line, and turn it a nice little gain. So 3rd and short here for Kellogg'sville.
Well, Kellogg'sville did very, very well on that play. Is they obviously ran to one end. It didn't work. They were coming back the other way. You can get a block in the back very easily on that, but they were very disciplined and did a good job as they give the ball here again to Toonstra, and he is stopped for a short loss. Good job by Rosemont.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened on the exchange there. Almost looked like a quarterback was kind of holding there. Maybe he was going to pull it back out and take it himself, but seemed to slow the play down a little bit here. So we'll see here. Is Kellogg'sville going to go for it on 4th and 2?
Has the coach got a little Dan Campbell in him?
Yeah.
You're going to go for it on 4th and 2 and deep in your own territory? I mean, you're down 21-0.
You're one in 7.
We're going to have a timeout first.
Yeah. Probably a good timeout.
Yeah, they were. I think the coach got second thoughts there and decided that I think we really want to punt, because if we don't, it might end up being 70-0. And We definitely don't want that. Ooh, Hopkins is taking the lead on Belding.
So it looks like Belding.
We have a good report in the out-of-town scoreboard. In the first quarter, Hopkins 7, Belding 6.
So we talked about a Hopkins win and a Sparta win. Makes it a three-way tie for the OK Silver Championship. Sparta is doing their part.
Help remind me a little bit about Belding. Did they have some struggles with their kickers? With their kicker? When we played them?
Trying to think. They didn't even try to kick.
They didn't even try to kick.
Yeah, they didn't. They went for.
So probably
we
not
actually
even having a kicker.
We actually turned back a lot of their two-point conversions in that game. The problem with us. Oh, it's a fake
punt.
And there's too many guys there.
Well, you see what Kellogg'sville was trying to do there is using their timeout, saying, "Hey guys, we're going to try a little trickery here." On Sparta smelt that out really, really quickly. So Sparta's going to take the ball over on downs.
That was an odd fake kick.
Yeah, he almost looked like he wanted to. Well, again, he wasn't that far back to begin with, which we noticed earlier, and then he kind of faked kicked it, and then
yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't. His foot didn't come that far forward.
Right.
And tried to go outside, but everywhere they try to run right now, there's a Spartan. Spartans have it on the Kellogg'sville 24. That is Eisenhoff, bumps outside. He's got a shot here. Gets past the man on the outside, and he's in. Touchdown.
Yeah, he got that ball over the goal line. There we go. There's the ball. Not going to bring him down with arm tackles. He gets bumped a few times. Strong runner. Able to bump it outside and hit the pylon in the corner.
Gare for the extra point here.
Great job getting a hold down.
Kick is up and good. So this is the third ever meeting between the Spartans and the Rockets. Spartans have won both of the previous two, which were the last 2 years. Like I said earlier, they played last year at Kellogg'sville. Sparta got off to a huge early lead, and they just kind of played even for the second half. Ended up being a 56-20 Sparta win. I saw a lot of good things out of Kellogg'sville, but tonight they're on the struggle bus.
Number 58, Gare to kick off for the Spartans. Back deep for Kellogg'sville. Tustra and McKinney.
That time of the ball is handled on the kickoff.
Toonstra up to the 25.
Could be their best field position on a kickoff this evening.
Number 2 is Toonstra, takes the kick up to the 25. Stop by number 13, Jeremiah Rosma. Returns to the 25 to be first and 10.
Well, it appears Belding has kind of bounced right back and scored another touchdown. So 12-7 now. I'm not sure if the two-point conversion has been tried yet.
Well, I get the feeling over there that that might be the kind of track meet that we had over there with them.
Absolutely.
That game was back and forth. And
fun game. Fun game.
40-35.
Tackle there by Sparta. Another maybe 4.5-yard gain. Back up a little bit. 3 yards.
The outside by
Belding's got that quarterback, I believe, running quarterback, correct?
Yes, they run the wing tee. They run it. Their fathers have run it. Their grandfathers have run it. They were running it back when they were wearing leather helmets, and it was actually cool.
A tradition at Belding.
Yes. It annoys just about everybody except Belding. Hopkins ran it for a long time. They're running basically the same
That little
offense
cut
we're
back
running
up.
right now.
Kellogg'sville is going to get a first down.
Give is to number 20, Rainey Brown. Gets across the 35 to 36. Nice stop by 13, Rosemont. Results in a first down for Kellogg'sville.
Jeremiah Rosema, according to our spotter up here, Afton Scott, has been in on most of the tackles for the Spartans.
Heard his name a lot.
You say, what, 7 or 8 at this point? Yeah. She says either that or I can't read.
Drop back to pass. Sparta with great coverage. Got a little pass flare out here in the flats. And Kellogg'sville's going to be close to another. And it appears they have another first down.
Number 21, Jakai Thames.
Moving the chains.
Tackled by number 8, Wilcox on the near sideline to be a first down for Kellogg'sville at the 36.
Yeah, so we see the quarterback surface getting out of the pocket. And when he does that, he's able to buy some time for himself to find somebody. Maybe they have to break off the route a little early and find a spot. And that's what Kellogg'sville has done the last couple of plays.
Their deep coverage, Sparta did a great job. That was a back that just came up on the flats. Great game taken there by Sparta.
Number 2, ball carrier, Toonstra. Number 63, Justin Warner, on the stop at the loss of 4, back to the 42, second and 14.
Good stop there by Dustin Warner. He got right through there, and he has played, especially the last 3 or 4 games, he's really been getting into the backfield of the other team and really disrupting whatever they want to do. He had 3 sacks last week on almost 3 consecutive
Screen, you saw that
plays.
coming right away.
Screen pass complete to number 2, Toonstra.
I think a couple of Sparta rushers there were just drooling at the mouth there on that screenplay.
Wilcox gets to the 47, will be first down and 9.
Yeah, Sparta on that play got through really, really easy. And the rule is when you're a lineman and you get through that easy, you know it's a screen pass. You got none of those guys really realized that and kept going after the quarterback, and they got sucked right in there. Good job though by the second level to get there and to be able to make the tackle.
Not much damage there by Kellogg'sville. Drop back to pass. There's another rush. That's not a screen, but he gets away. Finds his receiver wide open downfield. Looks like he's going to be out at the 20, so another first down here for Kellogg'sville.
Drop on the far sideline with 7, Branson Mitchell. Like they will take him down at about the 20-yard line. As we end the first quarter, the score is Sparta 28, Kellogg'sville 0.
Once again, Pierce Sparta had him in their sights and just couldn't bring him down. A little elusive back there tonight.
Well, we talked earlier in the broadcast about how good that we think the quarterback surface is, and he showed it right there. He's able to get away from pressure. There has been plenty of it tonight, and gets to the outside and gets far enough away that he's able to set up, set his feet, find somebody down there, and he threw a gunshot down to to number 2, Toonstra.
Looks like Belding was successful on their 2-point conversions, so now leads 14-7. And they are in the second quarter.
For Ron Belding, the Black Knights have taken a 14-7 lead over the Vikings of Hopkins.
Hopkins, when we saw them here 2 weeks ago on homecoming, they were very impressive in the first quarter. They went right down the field on us, 7 yards, 7 yards, 7 yards, 7 yards. they got in and got the first score. But Sparta eventually made the adjustment on them that they just could not get over. And Sparta basically dismantled them in the second half. And you could really tell Hopkins has not played well since that point.
That's a long pass. Wow.
Pass incomplete and intended for number 4, McKinney. Goes back to the 20-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that was the old Superman pass, up and away.
Zerfus has got a strong arm.
He does. He's very, very impressive. I mean, he's the kind of guy who might get overlooked on a team like this, but I think he could play at the next level. He's got the arm.
He's got the tools for sure.
He just needs some protection.
As we know, it's an 11-man game out there.
And sometimes in the state of Michigan, 8.
Yeah. Have you seen one of those? Have you seen one of those?
We have a flag for a false start here. I have not, but
I'm assuming it's very similar to the 7-man things, drills they do in the summertime.
Yeah, being an official, I know a lot of those officials that do 8-man footballs. My brother-in-law is one of them.
Okay.
And yeah, the field is not as wide. I think like just outside where the numbers are on this field is where the sidelines are. It's still 100 yards, but you know you have 2 less linemen.
Zerf is doing again a nice job there, faking the handoff, running the option it appeared. Fake the pitch there and turn it upfield.
Number 7, Mitchell on the tackle. 3rd down and about 7.
Well, I'm going to guess this is 4-down territory for Kellogg.
Oh, without question. I mean, I doubt they have a kicker.
I was going to say,
but you're down 28 to nothing. If you're in the red zone, you got to go.
And it will give Sparta their worst field position of this game so far.
Interesting that they ran the football there, and he trips over the 20-yard line.
Their plays are kind of slow developing, giving Sparta some time to read where they're going.
Yeah, he lost a yard there. Like we talked about before, there's not a whole lot of motion in this offense. They don't seem to be doing a lot to try to trick anybody. And really, the Spartans are just able, especially out front, just pin their ears back and just come at the blockers who've not been able to do anything. It's a 3-man offensive line.
Nice completion, but way short of the first down.
Caught by number 4, McKinney. Stop by Marie Wilcox. Well short of the line of game. The Spartans will take over 1st and 10. From their own 15.
Kelloggsville looking for the yak there. They weren't throwing for the first down. They were hoping they would get it on the run after the catch.
Interesting there, they had a different quarterback for that play. Zerfus was not behind center. They snapped it to Jeremy Shumu, who rolled to his left and was able to hit the man. But I don't know if they were trying to catch Sparta off guard by having a different quarterback or what they did, but it did not work.
Sparta looking here to take the ball down the field and punch it in here. That running clock will then begin. I believe, is that correct, Joe? The running clock begins?
The running clock does not begin until after halftime.
Second half. Okay, that's what I thought.
Pass is incomplete to number 4, David Hammett. Goes back to the 15. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it looks like they tried to run a little bubble screen there. Hammock couldn't come up with that. Hammock has been the deep threat for the Spartans this year. 95 yards he hooked up with Nick Gordon earlier this season against Belding.
Run up the middle there. Touchdown saving tackle there by Kellogg'sville.
Whitmore, he gets all the way up to the 33-yard line, a gain of 13. That play good enough for a Spartan touchdown.
We have a decent showing of fans here tonight.
Senior night.
Kind of some emotional times. Remember those days.
Here's Hammock rather.
Outside.
Man, he's fast.
So this is number 4. Damian Hammock gets to the outside and into Kellogg'sville territory. He circulates the football all the way up to the 45-yard line. That play good enough for a Spartan touchdown.
Making me feel old listening to some of these names. Damien, a former 4th grade student in my class back in the day, 8 years ago. Gord back to pass. Right in the middle of the field.
He's gone. So yeah, we're up to the 35 mark right now with 9:06 to go. And my guess would be you're not going to see a whole lot of the starters after halftime. But Spartans, yes, they're playing a 1-7 team, but they look very, very sharp tonight. Got some more scores for us there, Doug?
Yeah, well, Austin just shared with me, it looks like Hopkins has got back on the board again. So again, I'm not sure if it's pending the extra point or not, but it's currently the Black Knights 14, the Vikings 13. As you mentioned earlier, it's going to be a back and forth affair all night long with that game.
Good deal. Hopkins, like I said, the last couple of weeks, it's been kind of a rough go for them, and it sounds like they might have buckled down and knew that this game was going to be a dogfight and ready at the start.
And it looks like the extra point was good, so it's a 14-14 game now.
Number 58 here to kick off that kick for the Rockets. Number 2 Kingston and number 4 McKinney.
It's a good kick there.
The up man, that's number 51, Tyshawn Perkins.
Great field position there.
Number 51, Tyshawn
For
Perkins.
Kellogg'sville, they're going to start their own 40.
By number 11, good of Houston.
Yeah, you mentioned how sharp Sparta looks tonight, but in a way, this is a playoff game for them tonight. Obviously, a must-win.
Yep, I mean the Kellogg'sville being 1-7 and they're not too much smaller than Sparta, but still a smaller school. That is going to affect how many playoff points they get.
Correct.
There's a timeout for Sparta right here. But, Sparta needs every point they can get, and they need other teams to lose. And we're just going to have to find out where we stand on Sunday.
That's their the selection item. Right, selection item will be on Sunday. You have a time on that, 6 o'clock?
I think it's usually at 6 o'clock, I think.
So, and of course, we'll
Either
get
it's
that information on Facebook Nation as soon as we know.
Yeah, the teams will know before they actually put that on television. So you know, I have sources within the
You got
organization.
sources, if you can,
I
shoot
might
me a
find that
text
out.
and let me know, that'd be great.
Yeah. Good reporter never gives up
I
the
don't
sources.
know though if we want to share that. Some people might like that excitement of watching the selection show on Sunday.
Sparta with a 3-man line, 4 linebackers. We want to be able to stop anything that goes outside. The quarterback is still Shumu. So maybe there's an injury to Zerfus.
Yeah, 3-man rush there by Sparta, but a great job by Sparta. Get to the quarterback pretty quick.
Is able to get 6 yards just before he switches on 2nd and 4.
Yeah, Zerfus has shown some mobility in this first half, but I think that might be Shumu's entire game, is just trying to run around until he is able to throw the ball. And that time, got 6 yards out of it. Usually up here in the booth, I'm not able to hear much, but the band is particularly loud as they're practicing right before they go on for halftime. Shumu fakes, rolls outside, and throws a little bit behind his receiver, number 21, Ja'Kai Thames.
Pass is incomplete, 10 for number 21, Tim. Coverage by number 13, Rosa. I'll go back to the 46 of the 3rd down and 4.
So did Hopkins end up kicking that extra point?
Did, and they got it. So
we're tied at 14.
tied at 14.
All right, that's a relief. Now we just need to make Belding
Gotta get a
punt
stop.
or
Gotta get a stop.
get a turnover. They do not turn the ball over a whole lot over there, Belding.
Roll out to the outside is Murray Shumu. Trying to get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Brought down by number 15, Hunter Borma. It'll be 4th down for the Rockets.
So yeah, again, we have Shumu trying to get outside, but the Spartans have been there all night, and it's 4th down. So they're going to go for it. 2 receivers to each side. Shumu out of the gun. He's going to roll out of the pocket. He's being chased. And it looks like Gabe Gare's going to get him. Relentless pursuit by Gabe Gare. Shumu is sacked in the backfield. Relentless pursuit by number 58, Gabe Gare. And the Spartans take over at the Kellogg'sville 35. It'll be 1st and 10. Shumu really, once the play got blown up the middle, just didn't have much of a plan. He just tried to run around until he could get the throw off. And Gare just kept coming and kept coming. Very impressive play by him. Now we have a sweep to the outside. Jamari Everett gets to the corner, is knocked out of bounds inside the 10 at about the 7.
Number 1, Jamari Everett turns the corner, turns it upfield, down to the 7. Brought down by a squadron of Rockets. That play good enough for a Spartan. 1st and goal.
Spartans will walk out of the huddle. They are in no hurry at this point. Plenty of time to go in this half. Scored 42 points last week against Calvin Christian. Now go to the outside. It's Hammock. Tries to outrun the man to the corner. Dives to the pylon. He got it. Touchdown, Sparta.
Number 1, Jamari Everett. Pylon gets it. Touchdown, Spartan.
Jamari's waiting for Gabe Gare to come out with the kicking tee. I don't think he could find it again. Either that or he was way too winded from running down the quarterback on the last drive. Five for 5 on point afters.
Kick from here is up and good with 7:08 to go in the half. The score, Sparta 42, Kelloggville 0.
One thing to watch for the Spartans this year, they have given up 143 points on the season, and about half of that was to Coopersville and Belding. They have 3 shutouts on the season already. They shut out Otsego, they shut out Calvin Christian last week, and I forget the third one, but it happened. So it would be pretty cool to be able to get a 4th one tonight.
Or they don't win. So even in a game like this, you want to continue working towards that shutout.
The Toonstra on the return up to about the 28. First and 10 for the Rocket from that spot.
Kelloggville right now just needs a confidence booster. They had it in the middle of the first quarter when they were already down 14-0. They moved the ball a few times. They've got Zerfus back in the game now, quarterback. And now we have a flag before the snap. It's going to be an illegal substitution.
Illegal substitution against the Rockets. 5-yard penalty.
Kelloggville continues to shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, it's just hard when, you know, it's hard enough when you're moving the ball and you commit a penalty and kill that momentum. And the worst part about that one was it was a pre-snap foul.
Could be close to a first down. Looks like just a tad short, a couple of yards short.
The pass is complete to number 2, Toonstra. Which forced out of bounds at the 36. 2nd and 2.
Again, every now and then we see some glimpses of good things that Kelloggville can do.
Yep, and when you're playing a team like Sparta, with the defense that they have, the speed they have, all over the field, again, you can't shoot yourself in the foot, but you have to build on the play that you just had. And right here, they're going to lose all of that momentum.
Again, the domination of the defensive line, the ability to get in the backfield very, very quickly against Kelloggville.
A big loss, so it'll be 3rd down, the London down to the 27.
Yep, at some point, Kelloggville is going to have to try some sort of misdirection because we talked about how they need to get outside. That is not working right now. And if they have a reverse in their bag or a counter, something like that, they got to do something different.
Yeah, even those plays with the defensive line, it's so quick right there, just getting to the quarterback, getting in the backfield. Those reverses, things like that. I like their little flat passes they've been doing. They've been successful on those.
Pass is incomplete on the far side. It's going to be 4th down and 11.
And looks like we got another timeout. Nope, that's officials timeout. Yeah, we got a player. He might have some blood. It's a lot easier to see blood when you're wearing white.
Officials timeout on the field. Now we will get back to action.
See a player there coming back in. It looks like he's going to line up at guard, right guard, here in the punt formation. Kick will go out of bounds at roughly the 40-yard line.
Kept that ball in bounds. That had some potential of rolling a little ways there and pinning Sparta back a little bit deeper. But they'll get the ball at the 40.
So it looks like the starters are going back out. And a lot of them are seniors. You don't want to. You want to give them as much time as you can. It's a delicate balance.
They've earned that. And you don't want to at the same time show up your opponent as well. So, but as you mentioned, we're going to see probably in the second half a changing of the guard there. And
yeah, you're not going to see a lot of the plays that the Spartans can run, like the gadget plays, double reverses.
I'm sure
you won't see a flea flicker or anything like that.
Kept on the ground.
Eisenhoff gets about 5 yards.
Number 6, Eisenhoff gets the ball to the 45. 5-yard gain brought down by a squadron of Rockets. It will be 2nd and 5.
Still 14-14 in the Belding-Hopkins game, so somebody's slowing somebody down.
Or whoever was updating the game for ScoreStream fell asleep.
Number 1 is Jamari Everett. Brought down by number 55, Tyler Ebert. A yard shy of first down yardage. It will be 3rd and 1 for the 49.
So, again, Spartans in the double wing with Hammock split out wide. Spartans have had a lot of fun throwing deep to them this year, but you probably won't see that now. And
might have an offsides there. Looks like Kellogg'sville got there a little.
No, it's on. It's on us.
Okay, Sparta, we don't want to start shooting ourselves in the foot. Playing a pretty clean game here so far for Sparta.
Spartans again in the double wing. In motion is Hammock. He's going to get the ball. Goes right.
A lot of room. He's fast. He's going to be gone.
That's 56 yards.
Touchdown, Sparta.
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't really know what to say.
Yeah, it's you can't match up against that kind of speed. That's just
Yeah, there is a super running clock when you get to 50 points, where they don't stop the clock for anything. They have a couple if they go for 2 here and get it.
Do you think that's why they used to do that, Joe?
Perhaps.
The ball thrown into the end zone for 2. Complete to Gunnar Busen.
I thought he had it.
No, the try is no good. Ruled that the ball hit the ground. With 4:13 to go in the half. Score Sparta 48, K-Ville 0.
Yeah, so they ruled the ball hit the ground over there in the back corner. Houston couldn't quite come up with it. It's a hard thing to see up here in the booth because it looked to me like he caught it, but their officials standing right there.
Yeah, they're a little closer than we are.
And I don't particularly want to complain about officiating when you're up 48 to nothing either. So.
And you're an official, Joe.
Yes,
so.
I am. Yes, I am. I umpire baseball in the spring. You could see me at a high school near you. Be nice to those guys. They work hard.
They do. And if any listeners out there interested in becoming one, MHSAA is always looking for.
Always.
Nice bounce there for Kellogg'sville. Trying to get outside.
McKinney doing a little too much east and west instead of north and south. And it looks like Joe Roberts got there.
Returned by number 4, McKinney. Stopped by number 2, Joe Roberts. At the 27. Will take over first and 10. The latest score from Belding 14, Hopkins 14 in the second quarter.
We just announced the score of the Belding-Hopkins game, and that got quite a gasp from the crowd. So we're doing our part tonight. Hopkins can help us put a banner up in our own gym.
Number 2 is Tuchka. It's going to be stopped in the backfield for a loss of 1 by number 74, Brayden Steinbacher. It'll be second and 11 from the 26.
Brayden Steinbacher is able to get some penetration there. He's another player coming into his own, a junior, so we're going to have him for next year. Very stout interior defensive line we have. Oh, nice tackle on the far side. I think it was Antor.
Pitch to number 2, Tuchka, gets a few yards up to the 30. Caught by number 25, Antor. Parker at the 29, will be third down and 8.
So out comes Kellogg'sville. Seem to be a little confused as to where they're going to be lining up. They have a timeout. They might end up taking it here. Looking at the back judge, now he's got 10 seconds left on the play clock. Snap is to Zerfus. Nice pass, and it's dropped.
Pass is incomplete to number 21, Ja'Kai Tem. Brings
up fourth down and 8 back at the 29.
Yeah, he holds his head up. He knows he should have had that pass.
Yeah, that's too bad for them because that was going to go somewhere. Zerfus did a really good job. He had some protection on that play. Was able to look off the defender on that side and then come back to the guy he wanted to throw it to the whole time. And it hit him right in the hands. So another punt for Kellogg'sville. This is Wilcox, 40, 50, gets to the outside, one man to beat, shoulder fake, and is thrown down at the Kellogg'sville 22.
The returner, number 8, Wilcox, takes it into Kellogg'sville territory all the way down to the 22-yard line. And Spartans will take over first and 10.
And the thing is, that gives Spartans, with just 2:16 to go, plenty of time for another score.
Looks like we still have starters Starters out there, Joe.
Yep, we do have an official's timeout.
Official timeout on the field.
It looks like they're. Well, like, remember the chain gang. The chain is the near stick is down on the ground, but now he's got it up. I think they're might have got that chain tangled up a little bit. You want to make sure that it's the full 10 yards. That's Everett. Everett across the 20 down to the 17.
Number 1, Jelani Everett up the middle down to the 17-yard line. Stop made by number 35. He's not on my roster.
Second down and about 5 here. As Gordon, nice play fake, pressure coming from behind and finds Busen in the back of the end zone, touchdown.
Pass complete in the back of the end zone to Gunner Busen, touchdown, Spartan.
Just
I'm wondering if Kellogg'sville's even expecting them to be throwing Sparta being up so high at this 48-0 going into the halftime here, but kick forward to the corner.
the attempt from Gare. Looks like it was partially blocked.
The point after from Gare appears to have been partially blocked with 1:36 to go in the half to score. Spartan 54, Kellogg'sville 0.
Start looking in the record books for points scored by Sparta.
I seem to remember being at a game, I want to say 20 years ago, where Sparta was playing Rogers at the old Spartan field. And I think Sparta put 63 or 65 on him that night.
First, second half, as we mentioned, will be a running clock.
Yep.
New players on the field.
Yep, it's the tips rule, which is clock only stopping for turnovers, injuries, penalties, and scores. That's what the tips is. Will not be in effect because it'll be super running clock at this point.
Return by number 2, Toonstra. He's hit by number 54, David Clankley. Back at the 18, it'll be first and 10 for Kellogg'sville.
Well, Kellogg'sville's last couple of drives have been, you know, you look at the clock and you go, well, this might be their last drive of the half.
Right.
But they just keep throwing the ball, and the clock ends up stopping on a drop. And it unfortunately gives the Spartans another shot. Zerfus looking right here, gonna go deep. That might be intercepted. It's off the hands. It's a little overthrown for McKinney. Good coverage by number 21, Reese Alt.
Pass is incomplete to number 4, McKinney.
Step with him on that.
Number 24, Reese Alt. He's second and 10 at the 18.
Yeah, Reese caught the fact that it was going to be a go route early. Didn't allow himself to get beat deep. Nearly ran that ball down. He got a hand on it. Zerfus again. 2 men in the backfield. Pressure coming up the middle, and he can't get away
Three-man
from
rush.
Dustin Warner.
Three-man rush is doing it well tonight.
Quarterback is sacked by number 63, Dustin Warner.
So we're halftime
That would be
14-14.
13. Will be third down and 15.
14-14 Hopkins game at halftime.
Well, be interesting to see what happens in the second half, but you know, so far it sounds like a very exciting game over at Redness Field in Belding. Surface again. He's going to hand it off this time. Toonstra gets away from a couple of men, gets to the 16, and it's going to be fourth down again. Clock is running this time, however, so looks like we might get to halftime before too much more damage.
He's number 2, Toonstra. He's stopped by the 58 Gare.
You can just see in their body language as they're walking off the field that Kellogg'sville is. Again, they showed up, some glimpses of good things, but it's hard to take a 54-0.
So we're going to go to halftime. We're going to stay right here and do the band presentation. It's senior night for them as well. So I will quickly read through the senior night script. We honor the senior band members and parents. And the rest of the band will get set up for their presentation tonight. On this senior night, we would like to recognize the students who stuck with us through all the not-so-fun COVID band times. This group of seniors had their sophomore year of marching band canceled. Last year as juniors, they helped the band to their highest placement ever at state finals, taking home 6th place in Flight 4. Please join me in recognizing these fantastic musicians. Gabriel Baldini is the son of Jonathan and Jennifer Baldini. He has been in band since 6th grade and plays the trumpet. After high school, he plans on going to the University of Michigan for accounting. His favorite band memory is playing Uno in the trumpet section during jazz band freshman year while Walsh worked with the trombones. His favorite thing about band is that he was able to meet some of his best friends. Michelle Baltrazak is the daughter of Beth and Brad Baltrazak. She has been in band since 6th grade. She plays percussion and for marching band plays the snare drum. After high school, she plans to go to college to go into graphic design and marketing. Her favorite band memory was when the drumline would get together to go swimming after summer rehearsals. Skylar Bradford is the daughter of Jason and Brenda Bradford. She has been in band since 6th grade. She plays snare drum during marching band and plays percussion during concert band. After high school, she plans to attend college and study graphic design. Her favorite band memory was when Mr. Walsh taught the drumline how to play stick golf during rehearsal. Aaron Joseph Curtis is the son of Matthew and Jessica Curtis. He has played the tenor saxophone since 6th grade and is now learning to play the guitar. After high school, he plans on attending Grand Rapids Community College, then Ferris State University to become an auto mechanic. His favorite band memory was this year's band camp when he and the other Lows got to hang out and mess around together. Samari Dye made their triumphant return to color guard this season after having last marched as a freshman. Mr. Walsh thinks Samari is pretty awesome, so he wrote this just for her. Thanks for coming back to band, Samari. Trice Fairfield also made their triumphant return to band this year, playing bass guitar in the front ensemble. Mr. Walsh likes to say, the kid is so nice, they named him Trice, because he thinks Trice is a wonderful human being. Michelle, Skylar, and Emily would also like to remind you, no chair, no snare. Julia Hernandez is the daughter of Elvira Hernandez and Jose Hernandez. She has been in band since 6th grade and plays alto saxophone. After high school, she plans on attending the University of Arizona to study law, economics, and philosophy. She's going to be busy. Her favorite band memory was at state finals freshman year when we were warming up and Walsh freaked out because we sounded so good. She is going to miss all of the close bonds she created through band and bonding over hating band camp. She will never also forget freshman year before the West Shore Invitational. If you know, you know. Julia Johnson is the daughter of Jill and Jeffrey Johnson. She has been in band since 6th grade and has played trumpet and clarinet in middle school and percussion since joining the front ensemble her freshman year. After high school, she plans to go to Grand Valley State University to major in music performance. Her favorite band memory from her freshman year is stuffing multiple people in the old soundboards. Emily Rose Postma is the daughter of Matthew and Anissa Postma. She has been in percussion since 6th grade and has been a member of the front ensemble since 8th grade. She also plays marimba for Fruitport Independent Indoor Percussion during the winter. After high school, she hopes on attending college at GVSU to become a nurse practitioner, help teach front ensembles for marching band, and grow in her Christian faith. And I don't have the last name.
Now we ask at this time that you please respectfully listen to Sparta High School Marching Band and their performance of Let Me Be Frank. Drum majors, is your band ready? For the Sparta High School Marching Band. Belding 14, Hopkins 14. Third quarter score, Rockford 17, Caledonia 0. Muskegon Bridge 24, Montague 0. Halftime, Godwin Heights 16, Calvin Christian 12. Halftime, Coopersville 14, Spring Lake 10. Halftime, Comstock Park 9, New England 6. Third quarter, East Grand Rapids 27, Greenville 3. Second quarter, Kent City 40, Grant 8. In the NBA, the Pistons are in New York to take on the Knicks. Second quarter is 42-25 in favor of the Knicks. Tonight in the NHL at 8:30, the Red Wings are in Chicago to take on the Blackhawks. In baseball, the National League Championship Series, Game 3 in Philadelphia, the Phillies lead the Padres 1-0 on the bottom of the second. As a reminder, this game is live. Go to tinyurl.com/Sparta Live to see the action. Or you can watch it on YouTube beginning tomorrow morning. Tomorrow in the Big Ten at noon on Fox, Iowa at Ohio State. Indiana is at Rutgers. At 3:30, Northwestern at Maryland. Purdue at Wisconsin. And at 7:30, Minnesota at Penn State. If you're hungry, now is the time to go down to the concession stand, brought to you by the Sparta Sports Boosters. Tonight they are featuring the Spartan Burger, which I had earlier tonight. It was a fantastic burger with special sauce that the lady at the counter would not tell me what was in it. So go down, try and figure it out for yourself. The Spartan Burger at the concession stand, brought to you by the Sparta Sports Boosters. Stick around tonight as well for the senior walk. Spartan team will go across the field one final time as after the end of tonight's game. Spartans, number 2, Joe Roberts, that keep to receive for Kellogg'sville.
It is a short kick up to number 45, who is not on my roster. Kick taken by the Rockets up to the 36-yard line. That's where they'll start first and 10, right on the 35-yard line.
So this is always fun to see. I mean, you get the starters to give them a little bit of break. These reserves who come to practice every day, just like all the starters, going to get their moment to shine here in the second half of this football game.
Zerfus is going to come on a option, decide to keep it. Good tackle in there. Looks like Gare and Antor. Zerfus on the option. Keeper get about 3 yards up to the 38. Be second and 7. Brought down by Antor and Gare. Just got a text from Cody Marble, who says he's in front of me waving at me. I don't see him.
Well, he just waved at me, so
okay.
Yeah, he's right down here.
We got a late flag as they give on the jet sweep to Shumu. We'll see what we got. It's going to be personal foul in Kellogg'sville. That's not going to help them at all. He gives us number 8, Shumu. A flag on the play is a personal foul against the Rockets. 15 yards. Take it back to the 20. It'll be second down and 25.
Long way.
Yeah, second down and get out your abacus. 25 yards. That's the math that was taught to me at Sparta Middle School by Mr. Hygen. Zerfus takes the snap, gives to Toonstra, goes to the left off tackle, a spin move as Joe Roberts got him at the 27. And look at some of that penalty yardage back.
Poor down marker guy there on the chain gang. He's kind of a long ways away from his buddies on something like that.
Down by his opposite number, Joe Roberts, the 27. We third down and 18. Yeah, it seems like he wants to wave at his other members of the chain gang. He's just got it's a long wave. So Zerfus again out of the gun, looking over the middle, good throw, got a man underneath. It's Toonstra crossing the field and out of bounds at the 41. It's gonna be short. And I think Kellogg'sville looks like they're going to go for it. Pass complete to number 2, Toonstra.
Nice job there by the Kellogg'sville offensive line, giving the quarterback some time to throw on that crossing route.
Well, Kellogg'sville is going to go for it. They really have no choice at this point. Zerfus, 2 men in the backfield, 1 to each side. They'll swing it out to Toonstra. He's got the first down. He's going to cross the field again, get past a man into Sparta territory and out of bounds inside the 40 at the 39. Swing pass complete to number 2, Toonstra, into Sparta territory. Mark him out at the 37. First attempt for the Rockets. So the Rockets are on the move a little bit. If you look around on the defense, you do see a lot of starters. Number 22, Colin Hacker, is now in the game. He's lined up as the corner on the far side. Zerfus, swing to Shumu, and right there immediately is Jamari Everett. Swing pass complete to number 8, Shumu, who is dropped for loss by number 1, Jamari Everett, 39. That's a loss of 2, second and 12.
Sparta again kind of sticking with that 3-man rush.
You see Kellogg'sville just walking to the ball.
there's not many players on their sideline. They got a lot of guys that go both ways.
They do.
Got to be feeling it a little bit.
This is Toonstra again, and it's number 6, Eisenhoff, who grabs him by the back of the shirt and pulls him down with one hand. He gets a yard out of it, but probably should have been more. But a good play by Eisenhoff. Give is Toonstra grab from behind by number 6, Eisenhoff. Gain of a yard, 38, 11. Now Kellogg'sville comes out, 3 receivers, 2 to the left, 2 men in the backfield, 1 to each side of Zerfus. Gonna pitch outside. It's gonna be a double pass back to Zerfus, and it's low and away and incomplete.
That looked bad from the start there.
Halfback option pass intended for the quarterback. Zachary Zerfus is incomplete. Ball goes back to the 7, 11. So Kellogg'sville, we talked earlier in the game about how they're not going through a lot of motion. They're not doing a lot of things to trick the defense. They did there, but the execution was not where it needed to be. But that play had potential.
It did. And when you're Kellogg'sville and you've had the season that you've had, right now you want some glimpse of hope to that ball's picked, I believe.
Deflected and picked by Branson Mitchell. Pass is intercepted, number 7, Branson Mitchell. Spartans take over at the 28 versus 10.
You don't ever want to tell your defensive player to drop that ball, but they would have had better position if they would have dropped that ball.
Yeah, he reached for it. I think he got just enough of it to stay up for diving Branson Mitchell.
Yeah, so you want that stat, obviously, but
yeah,
they would have had on 4th down, they would have been moved up. But Sparta's 2nd-0 here will come in the second half. We have quarterback here, Joe.
We have at quarterback, I was expecting to see Grady Busen, who is the JV quarterback, but it looks like it's going to be Jaden Antor, number 25.
Antor, sophomore.
Still got Jamari Everett lined up as a wing. Joe Roberts is going to get the ball coming in motion, and he falls forward across the 30 to the 32-yard line. Joe Roberts across the 30 to 32. He's going to gain a yard. 2nd down and 7.
About Kellogg'sville here, so you want to finish this strong. I mean, your season is coming to an end very quickly. They're running clock now here, 3:23 in the 3rd period, and you just want some good things to happen to your team that maybe, this summer, the off season, you can start building upon for next year.
Everett's going to get it on the far side. A nice block by Hacker. He's going to cut back in, but we have flags.
Lots of laundry on the field.
Jamari's going to run a long way. Another flag. Jamari's going to run a long way for nothing.
He's looking like he's just going to fall down.
It looked like another penalty downfield, but the officials are out of flags. And they take him down to the 20-yard line.
Start throwing socks and underwear.
Ball given to Jamari Everett takes it down to 20 with penalty flag all over the field. Yeah, the Spartans are not staying at the 20. This first flag is thrown at the 43-yard line, so if it's holding, it's 10 yards from there. Oh, there's another flag over at the 36 I didn't see. I mean, they're everywhere, so like you said, they're. I mean, one official took off his shirt. They're all trying to figure out where all their flags are. I got mine. Do you have yours? Okay, this one's yours. The penalty goes back to the 25. It's a blindside block.
Yeah.
Penalty is blindside block.
Got on that cutback.
Penalty goes back to the
back to the 25. That'll be second down and 14.
So they're going to line it up on the near hash. The Spartans weren't even lined up over the ball. Antor. Again under center. Give up the middle is the Colin Hacker. Up to the 32-yard line. He's going to get about 7 out of it.
Give is the number 22 Colin Hacker.
30-yard line. Give it 6 for the third down and 8.
We are counting off the last minute here in the third period. Again, that running clock making a huge difference.
So it being 8:41 right now, we might get home early. Antor takes the snap.
Inside handoff.
Inside to Everett, but he's tripped up.
He had some
nice tackle there.
That was a nice tackle. He had some room to run. But again, nice job there by Kellogg'sville.
Jamari Everett off the middle.
Jamari kind of showing off his speed.
36-yard line. Fourth down and 3 when we come back. That's the end of the third quarter. The score is Sparta 54, Collegeville 0.
Joe, we got an update here in the Belding third period. Looks like Belding scored and once again went for 2 and was successful. So now the Black Knights leading the Hopkins Vikings 22-14.
Man, you really had to do that, didn't you?
I did, sorry. Trying to keep our audience updated here. Again, the Vikings will not back down.
From the out-of-town scoreboard, third quarter. Hopkins 14, Belding 22. There was some audible groans from the crowd there.
Everybody knows here what's at stake. A share of the OK Silver would be nice, as Joe mentioned earlier, hanging that banner in the gymnasium.
Rockford at Caledonia tonight. That was the game of the year. And it is not tonight because Rockford's up 24-0 in the fourth quarter. Oak Ridge leading Montague 38-0. Scroll down a little bit more. Coopersville 21-10 over Spring Lake. Cedar Springs 28-21 over Wayland. Kent City is up big 52-8 on Grant.
Fumble.
Now we got a fumble. Kellogg'sville has it, and that's going to score. Fumble on the play is recovered by Kellogg'sville. Touchdown Kellogg'sville.
Oh, we have a player down here.
Oh, we have an injury. That is, I want to say it was I think it's number 77, which would be Dane Bolwell.
Looks like they're working on his left, maybe knee area there.
Yeah, he's got his hands on his shoulder pads around his neck there.
Obviously last game of the year too, you just never want to see these players get hurt. I'm asking for the trainer to come out. But mentioning the Rockford score, we have one of Sparta's finest from back in the day, football coach here, Kevin Tidy. Davenport baseball coach, got his son as the center for the Caledonia Scots. So doing well over there. And that is number 77, Dane Bolwell, getting a nice standing ovation from the crowd, walking off on his own. He's yelling a few things. He's ready to go back in.
Yeah, fortunately, he doesn't seem to be hobbling very much. He's just going to go up there. Hey, this is my shot.
Right.
Tape it up. Let's go.
Yeah. Get me back in, coach.
So Kellogg'sville will go for 2. They'll put the ball on the near hash on the 3. Zerfus with a back to either side. 3 receivers, 2 to the right. Spartans with 4 down linemen here. Zerfus is looking to the right. Throws. It's a nice catch.
Wow.
By Shubu for the 2.
Him. That was a sweet catch. And a rocket, too. So on that, Joe, on that two-point conversion.
With 10:48 to go in the fourth quarter, the score, Sparta 54, Kellogg'sville 8.
Is that their decision where what hash mark that ball gets placed on?
Yes. Yes, they get to pick.
Yeah.
I don't know what the rationale is. If they just want a little more room to run over there,
right.
Or they want you to think that they're going to run over there.
The weak side, right? But, it was again another glimpse of a good thing here for Kellogg'sville in a 54-8 game.
50-50 time, get your tickets out. It is a red ticket tonight for $133.
Somebody's buying dinner tonight.
It's 50-50 time, so we'll wait for this kickoff, and then I'll do it off mic.
Kellogg'sville getting the kickoff, but again, they're going to get the ball back, and they do. So number 8.
Inside kick is recovered by the Rockets. Number 8, Schumann. And the Rockets will start from Spartan 49.
Well, not what you kind of expect to see in a ball game like this, an onside kick when you're down 54-8, but I think that's kind of what they have.
$50-50 number is 976-483. 976-483. If that is your number, claim it at the badge booth at the south gate.
So we got
a penalty flag there. I think we have a block in the back, so that will be coming back.
It was a nice start to that run. But like we talked about on the earlier play when they went right and had to reverse their field to go to the left, sometimes you end up getting a block in the back. And that appears to have happened here.
Kellogg'sville's got they have some athletes out there that have done some good things here tonight. So again, a program, I'm sure they would love to see some more numbers.
Penalty is against the Rockets. 10-yard penalty goes back to 32. It'll be first and 20.
See a lot of their players with pink. I don't know if this was a pink out night for everybody, but quick handoff up the middle. He's going to cut it outside.
Antor's going to catch him from behind and gets dragged for a few yards. Ends up being a rugby scrum up to the 46. Number 2 ball carrier is Toonstra.
It'll be
5-yard
gain, 15.
Clock continues to run. We look at the scoreboard, and we had some good shots of the student section up there. They're having fun tonight.
T-shirts being thrown now. Everybody looking for another T-shirt. You never have enough T-shirts. The screen pass off to the right. Nice tackle there. See a number there. It's 58, I believe.
My sources have just told me that it's half off hot dogs right now at the concession stand.
All right, I'll be right back, Joe.
Get them while they're hot. Surface. Again out of shotgun. This is their basic formation. They kind of flipped it with 2 receivers to the left side this time. 3-man rush for the Spartans. Surface, man coming up the middle.
Got a fumble.
And it's recovered by the Rockets.
Wow, he came in untouched.
That was Eisenhoff. Quarterback sacked by number 6 Eisenhoff for the fumble. And the Rockets recover back at the 35. It'll be 4th down, 26. Yeah, my math skills have to come up into play again, 4th and 26.
Yeah, what's that play you run for 4th and 26?
Punt. But they're not because Surface is on the field.
Yeah, with 5 minutes to go here in this ball game, I think they're. Drop back to pass. He's got
Surface
time.
is
Got
looking.
plenty of
He's
time.
looking over the middle. Now he's trying to get away from the rush. Does up to the 40 and he slides and he's only 20 yards shy of first down yardage. Quarterback scrambles and slides down to 41.
Change possessions here. Sparta will get the ball back.
Sparta will take over on downs at the Kellogg'sville 41 on 1st and 10.
So on paper right now, Kellogg'sville is winning the second half.
That's true.
And again, I think those are words that the coach would encourage his players. Hey guys, come on, keep playing hard.
It was a defensive score on a fumble. Returned back by Jeremy Shumu. I think it was about 35 yards.
Yeah.
But the Spartans have the ball in Kellogg'sville territory to start here. Clock is running still, 4:26 to go. We'll be home in about 5 minutes. The quarterback is number 17, Grady Busey. He
He's
hands
got a
to
hole in the middle
Colin
there,
Hacker
big hole.
up the middle. Give up the middle, number 22, Colin Hacker across the 30 to 29. That play good enough for the Spartans. First down. Now we got a timeout on the field. We got one official waving the clock. We got one official stopping the clock, but a timeout. Now the head official says run the clock. Timeout, Kellogg'sville. But super running clock right now. We're just gonna. So we can hear the student section to our left celebrating tonight's win. Not sure a whole lot of them are even paying attention to the game at this point. It's party time.
It's the social aspect of it for sure.
There might be a few of those kids that are hardcore like I was. It's focused on the game, but most of them right now, especially when it's 54-8, they are there to party.
Yeah, but it's nice to see the turnout, the support that a team like Sparta, that's one thing the community of Sparta always has, is we have great support for our sport teams no matter what team it is, no matter how they're doing.
So we got Grady Busen at quarterback. We got Lucas Way in the game, number 40. They'll give the ball here to Antor, who's thrown out of bounds. He lost the ball back at the 22, but it's still about 8 yards. So it'd be good for a lot of these kids who are JV kids to be able to punch it into the end zone.
Joe, just thinking the same thing. I mean, we're down under 2 minutes here to go in the ball game, and they don't look to be in a hurry. So I'm sure that's also part of Coach Chapman. Coach Chapman will never purposely rub their opponent's nose in it of any kind. So
under 5 on the play clock, they'll give it here to.
He's got plenty of room
Lucas
in the corner
Way.
there.
He's got it up to
Oh,
the
nice.
15 to the
Pursuit
13.
there by Kellogg'sville.
Number 40, Lucas Wade, left side, across the 15 down to the 12. That play good enough for Spartan. First down.
That'll be enough for 2 more plays here. So see if the group of reserves here can punch it in. Nice way for some of these JV kids to start their varsity career. Now they're just gonna, the most favorite play in the ball game
Take a knee.
for your winners.
It's my favorite play, especially when we do it.
Yeah.
So the Spartans go to 6-3, and they'll await their fate on Sunday night. Again, they'll probably know before it's announced on television, and they'll be in the film room looking at film on Sunday night. Well, we thank you guys for a great season. As the clock runs down, again, the final score 54-8 in favor of the Spartans. I'm Joe Davis with Doug Davis.
Not related?
Not related. As we sign off here from Spartan Stadium for the season, we'll hope to see you during basketball games this year.
Yeah, we'll be announcing over live streaming basketball games as well. Hopefully Coach Johnson and I will be participating in that again. So
Always a lot of fun. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, everybody. And we'll see you down the road.
go Sparta.
Thank you for attending tonight's game. We ask you to please drive home safely, especially our friends from Kellogg'sville. Watch out for deer and other objects. Again, thank you for attending, and remember, real Spartans wear blue. Good night, everybody.